for main engine start. We have main engine start. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to the SSL Gold Cup Finals Series, the Football World Cup in sailing. Today is the big day. Today is the finals. Today is the day where we will find out who will become the nation's world champion. We have 4 teams that are going to be battling it out today. It'll be Italy, Spain, Netherlands, and Hungary. Today's forecast, we should be seeing 6 to 7 knots coming out of the northeast. And let's move over here onto my left as we speak with the captains that unfortunately will not be racing, but we're in the semifinals. Leslie, you have been here for now a couple of weeks, and you've seen how this is going. This is something that we've started a couple years ago. What do you think of this SSL Gold Cup concept?
Well, we've actually only been here a week, so we're thrown in the deep end pretty quickly to race these boats. But that's one of the cool things about it, is that everyone gets a chance to come in at certain stages, and we have just loved being here. We've loved the number of countries that have been involved, and the boats are so cool to sail.
Thank you, Leslie. And Robert, you've been really, you were already when we were sailing on the stars back in the day, and you were part of putting this project together. And today is the last day, the finals. And what do you think about the evolution?
Well, it's so great to see it coming to fruition. You know, the first finals, very exciting day ahead of us. We're a little bit sad that we're not in it, but that's how it works in this format. But well, since a few years ago when we started to think about this concept, we were thinking about the excitement and to really showcase the sailors, who the best sailing nation is, on a very democratic platform. So every team that shows up here has an equal chance to sail against the best sailing nations in the world. So it's a unique event in sailing. We're very proud to be involved, and it's so great to be seeing this coming to a reality, and looking forward for the next few editions.
Thank you very much, Robert. And Xavier, you are the president and the representative of all the athletes that are here. Of course, you've been here from day one as we have all this prepared. What is your take on, where we've gotten so far?
I think we are quite far in front of what we expect from the beginning, and it's really because of the athletes, really because of this group of the very talented athletes that joined the concept and joined the team. And so it's very, very good to see where we achieve, and the future is really open.
Thank you very much, Xavier. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it right here. We are about to get racing underway. Let's go and speak with Raquel and see who she found as the sailors are going out on the water.
Buenos dias. We're once again in the race village, and it's the last time we'll be in the race village for this SSL Gold Cup first edition, because today is the final day and we're going out for what we've been waiting for many weeks, and if we count the first qualification last year, a whole year. So what do we expect today out there?
Wow, I think, just some great racing. You know, there's a little bit of tension in the air. I can already feel a little bit of pressure, but we're calm, you know. I think everyone's been enjoying the racing a lot, and now is the time to show it, you know. We have great talented teams here, and I look forward to the racing.
Yes, I definitely look forward to racing too, Vasco. This is something between a fleet race, but a match race, but sometimes it's a 3-boat match race because you want to attack one, but at the same time you have to defend the other. It's a mess.
It's a good way to confuse an old person like I am. That's great, great way to go. So thanks a lot for this format. That is amazing. No, seriously, it's very nice. I think that we will have a nice regatta today, fighting for the pin with the Spanish that are already there. Hungary want to start on the committee boat. These guys start a little in the middle with a good speed. So we already know everything. Eh? Yeah. So Hungary will try to hold up to after ley line. And okay, let's see.
So it's already set up. Luis, it's already set up.
Now we are.
Who wins? No, we don't say who's the winner. We don't say. Luis, you're the home team, and we've seen yesterday some public gathered here. We saw a signature going. I mean, it's good for you to be at home. You have that extra factor on your side?
No, not really. But it's very nice to see all the young people here, optimist sailor, coming here to see what is happening in this event. It's very, very nice to be at home in these conditions. So I'm very happy to be here.
Zombie, you're the last one in this interview. What can you tell the other three? What do you want to tell them?
Look, it's a privilege to be here amongst these guys. That's definitely true. We've been through already 4 double-point races, and we have a very good record of that. So I'm looking forward, and I really hope that it's going to be tight and it's going to decide in the last jibe, and I want to be there.
Thank you, Zombie. I also wanted to be tired, but I don't know if my nerves can take it because everything has been so tight in the last few days. So you guys enjoy the day, and let us enjoy the day as well.
Hello, welcome guys. Today is the big day. As you see, we are ready to go out sailing, and I have some new captains that are in the booth with me. Leslie Egnott. Leslie, welcome, and welcome to this last race where you'll be commentating with me.
Thank you so much. This is so exciting. It's going to be a great day.
It's going to be absolutely wonderful, you guys. The racing is about to be just unbelievable. And we also have Robert Scheidt. Robert, thank you very much for coming in.
Great to be here, Jan. And yeah, looking forward to a great racing day. Conditions look good out there, and yeah, great show ahead of us.
Yeah. Big day. All right, well, let's get things rolling. Let's take a look at the match board right now. Now, here we go. We are in the finals, so today we will find out who will be the nation's world champion, and we've started all the way on the left-hand side in the 32nd of the finals, which is almost a month ago. As we've been through the 32nd of the finals, we went through the 16th, the 8th, the quarters, and each time there were 16 teams until we got to the semifinals, which were yesterday, where we only saw 8 teams, and now it's come down to the last 4 teams. So let's take a look here at the daily schedule. As you will see the captains of the teams that are here. We are captains of the teams that are sailing. So we have Vascoto, which is over there on the left-hand side, and then we have Roy Heiner, which is from the team Holland, and from Spain we have Luis Doreste, and also Hungarian captain and tactician Zsombor Berec. So let's take a look now at yesterday's highlights. Welcome to the SSL semifinals here at the SSL Gold Cup Finals Series, the Football World Cup in sailing. Today we will only see 2 fleets racing, 1 race per fleet. The top 2 boats will go on to the finals, as 3rd and 4th place will be going home. In fleet number 1, we saw a very even start for all boats in windy and wavy conditions, as boats were jumping and smashing into the waves. We saw Team Holland make it first to the weather mark, The Italians followed close behind, followed by Brazil and Great Britain. As they got up to the second weather mark, we saw a change in the leaders as Italy went around the mark first, managing to protect their position and cross the finish line first in front of Team Holland, assuring themselves a spot in the finals. Third place GBR, fourth place Brazil.
Yes, we are. First of all, we are Italian, and you know that we are quite passionate. So I think that, as you said, is a relief because it's a lot of tension. You know, you are sailing against amazing sailors, and everything can happen. We have England that did a fantastic job during all the series, and now unfortunately they have just one race, and you can be outside the game. And I think that we did a nice job. Michele drove the boat very nicely. We have a good debrief yesterday night with our coach, that is Diego Negri, that did a very nice job, and all the guys on board did exactly what they have to do, and I hope that we continue like that also tomorrow.
We're all incredibly happy. We were never expecting it. I think the semi-final that we were in today was incredibly strong. So I think many would definitely say that we were not the favorite going into the race. So we were extremely happy to come over the finish line in second.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Get ready.
In fleet number 2 for the semifinals, we saw a crazy start where Hungary, New Zealand, and France got off to a great start. Spain lost all wind pressure 20 seconds before the start. New Zealand made it to the weather mark first, but they were too slow with their bowsprit and ended up by getting a penalty. They lost the lead, and even though the maneuver was quick, they came out in third place. This was the perfect opportunity for Spain to come back, as we saw a massive battle between these three boats. In the end, it was Spain that went across the line first, and Hungary second. New Zealand was just a couple seconds behind, and France was in fourth.
Yeah, we are very happy to be in the final. There are 4 strong teams, and tomorrow will be only one race, so we have to sail very good to be in the top tomorrow. And today was a very difficult race. Our start was not so good, but we could be calm to be with the other 2 boats and try to get our opportunity, and we found it. And at the end, we are in the final.
We had a beautiful start, and the downwind speed and how the guys were driving the boat was just a pleasure to be a tactician, especially in the last jibe, and it was great.
This means that tomorrow in the finals, we will be seeing Italy, Netherlands, Spain, and Hungary. And those right there were yesterday's highlight. What a crazy day that was. But today, here are the boats that are on the water. So on the top left-hand side of your screen is Team Italy, the Gladiators, SSL ranked number 3, weighing in at 726 kilos. Captain of the team, Vascotto. And to the right of him, the Netherlands, the Dutch Lions, SSL ranked number 1. They're weighing in at 726 kilos. The captain of that team is Roy Heiner. To the bottom left, Team Hungary, the Shamans, SSL ranked number 13, weighing in at 726 kilos. The captain of that team is Zambor Berec. And to the bottom right is Team Spain, La Armada, SSL ranked number 5, weighing in at 723 kilos. The captain of that team is Luis Doreste. And now let's listen to the team's national anthems. Nope, we are not going to listen to the team's national anthems. Let's take a look here at some of the information about these teams before the national anthems. Look at the winning rate here on the Italian boat, for example. As we compare all teams, we see Italy with 40%, but we see Spain that has 80% of wins. Now, as we look onto the boat, who are the Olympians in each boat? We see that there are no Olympians on the Italian boat, and we have 2 to 3 Olympians on the other boat. Now, look at the Italians. They have won world championship medals. In total, they have won 72 world championships on that Italian boat, as opposed to the Hungarians, who have won 4. And let's take a look at the different age here that we see, as some of the boats are at the average age is a little bit older. We're seeing that the Hungarian boat is the youngest boat right now. And sailors on board, as we see, almost all boats have 9 people on them, except for Spain, who will be sailing with 10. Now, let's listen to those famous national anthems.
L'Italia se desta del municipio se cinta la testa dove la vittoria ritorna di Roma in l'Italia se resta del municipio se cinta la testa dove la vittoria riporta la gloria che schiava di Roma in la crema Gian Corte si appronti alla morte si appronti alla morte l'Italia Gian Corte si appronti alla morte si appronti alla morte l'Italia chiamò sì!
And those were the team national anthems. Now let's take a look at the lineup. So starting with the back, we have the tactician on Team Italy, Vasco Vascotto. At the helm, Michele Ivaldi. The trimmer is Stefano Campialini. The pitman is Jaro Furlani. Main trimmer is Alberto Bolzan. The bowman is Matteo Aguardo. And the grinder is Emanuele Marino. Trimmer, Federico Michietti. And the mid-bow is Andrea Tottis. And now we move to the next team, which is Team Netherlands. The tactician is Bart Lombrieks. The helmsman is Nicholas Heiner. Main trimmer, Rutger Vos. The grinder is Carlo Huisman. Trimmer is Ariane van Loosdrecht. And another trimmer is Dimitri Simons. And floater is Jolbert van Dijk. And the pit is Floris van der Werken. The bowman is Jordan van Rooyen. And from Spain, the tactician is Alfredo Gonzalez. The helmsman is Roberto Bermudez, known as Chuni. The main trimmer is Nano Negrin. The grinder is Elias Aretz. Trimmer number 1, Yavi Plaza. Trimmer number 2, Nico Rodriguez. The floater is Sylvia Mas. In the pit, we have Alex Muscat. And bowman is Pedro Mas. Captain of the team, Luis Doreste. And finally, we have the Hungarian team, where we have as tactician in the back, Zsombor Berec. At the helm, Robert Bakotsi. At the main trimmer, Marcel Goslet. The grinder is Levente Takachi. The trimmer, Yobo Adorian. The trimmer number 2, Okos Lilik. Floater, Balaz Tomai. In the pit, Yambor Yopyosh. And in the bow, Arwan Nemet. And that is all the sailors that will be sailing today. Now, as we keep on going here with the race course, as we will be checking out the race course and going out onto the water as soon as we can. So here we go with the start as we make it to mark number 1 as we go around and then zigzag our way back down through the gates and then back up to mark number 3. Now that mark right there could potentially change depending on the wind situation. And if we take a look once again, as you see, we tack all the way upwind and go around mark number 1, then back down through the gates as we've seen a lot of action down there. Then we tack all the way back up around to mark number 3 and we finish down at the bottom. Now let's take a look here at the top 10 highlights.
Minus 10, 9, 8. We have a go for main engine start. We have main engine start. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Right now, Tahiti, Poland, and Brazil. What is going to happen as Poland has room at the mark? Will they be able to just pass right in front of the Brazilian boat? There's nothing in it, and Tahiti takes second place. What has happened now with the Brazilian boats? Yeah, and the further. Oh, look at this.
Port starboard.
Oh, port and starboard. There's a protest right there from the French.
Green flag, I confirm.
This is. No. Somebody dropped the halyard on the German team right there. The spinnaker's going down. But look at that. It looks as though the Dutch are also having issues. What is going on? Look at how close Malaysia is right there to the French. Oh, wow. Perhaps a protest and a big love coming from France. There comes the red flag out protesting. But, penalty right there. So there's a penalty for Malaysia 30 seconds before the start. This is perfect for Team France as they've managed to already get rid of Malaysian boat before the race even begins. Difficult position right here for the Italians. Oh, there's the frustration right there from the team captain as you just see him slam onto the side of the boat. The move has worked for the Swiss. It looks as though Slovenia has not passed the finishing line, which means that the French go in first. They touched the mark. Perfect. Perhaps they touched the mark there on the Slovenian boat. Portugal goes in front, which could perhaps that we have on our website. Oh, there's a flag. I just heard a penalty right there.
Yeah.
Oh, no. That's the lead boat right there, Germany. So this potentially could see the Germans getting knocked out and not going into the semifinals. This is a completely crazy scenario we're seeing right here. My goodness, it's a man overboard. We have somebody in the water. Oh, thank goodness the jury is there to pick her up. Okay, the guys are coming back. They're going to have to go and pick her up.
Oh.
South Africa is taking Portugal and Antigua Barbuda out of it.
Oh.
It's the start of the race, and we have two boats that won't be able to make it across the finishing line. They're going to have to get turned around very, very quickly. Make sure they don't hit one another. What a good move for South Africa, ejecting two teams off of the starting line. Unbelievable. Now let's take a look at who's going through. This is going to be the deciding factor right now. Is it going to be Brazil or Australia?
I cannot judge.
Oh, it is so
my God.
right there. Australia in front of Brazil?
It's giving it a try on the timing.
But Brazil is celebrating, and I'm getting confirmation. Brazil is second. Brazil is second. Oh, and those were just some of the highlights of the racing that we've seen here over the last couple weeks. That was just great to see those moments again. How unbelievable was that, huh?
They're so cool to watch again.
It's just crazy. Oh, and Robert, you were in some of those, huh?
Yeah, many of those. Really nice to watch back and see the excitement. It was some crazy things happening out there, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. And we are trying to get things going here, but we do have a little bit of a delay. And that's the reason why we were able to show you that clip. So we are doing everything that we can in order to bring you a racing as soon as possible. Nothing major going on out there, just a little delay here that the race committee has put up. So we'll have racing coming back very, very soon. And as we wait for the images on live, we want to show you another little clip that we have prepared for you. And this time it's about our Lego boat.
Precision, speed, excellence. This is the SSL 47, a marvel of the seas. With its unmistakable golden hull, it stands as a symbol of sailing greatness. And now, you can bring this extraordinary ship into your home. Introducing the brick model of the SSL 47, designed by the official LEGO Masters of France 2022 in an exclusive cooperation with the Star Sailors League. Piece by piece, you can build the legend for yourself. And you can be among the first in the world to secure this magnificent ship for yourself. Available now for pre-order with delivery in 2024. head to the SSL shop website and reserve your model, ensuring you're one of the exclusive few to celebrate its arrival next year. You even have the option of getting it in the theme of your favorite team. Build the legend, sail into adventure. Your SSL model awaits.
As you see right there, we have images coming from the water as we see that red, white striped flag right there. That's what we call the AP flag. And that means that we have a postponement. They can drop that at any moment, and then we'll be going back out racing. So let's take a look at the match officials right there, as we have the regatta director, Paul Hutton Ashkenny, who is on board that boat and is wearing a red t-shirt. We have a principal race officer, Ricardo Navarro. We have the international race officer, Ariane Mainamar, and she's from Spain. And then also we have our international jury with Chairman Andrus Poxi, as well as Gonzalo Heredia and Luigi Bertini, as well as Neven Baran and Paco Quinero, so from Spain. So we have quite a few people that are out there on the water getting everything ready. Oh, what a great shot. As we see, we even have some spectators that are out there flying the colors. So great to see that as we are waiting for racing to get underway. And let's now show you a clip about our Panini cards and virtual Panini album.
Welcome to the Star Sailors League Digital Collection, the ultimate Panini album for sailing enthusiasts. Ever dreamed of building the perfect sailor collection? With this app, that dream becomes reality. Dive into a sea of excitement and start your journey with 2 free card packs filled with the world's most admired sailors. But that's just the beginning. Expand your collection every 24 hours with 2 extra packs or by purchasing them from the shop. New and familiar faces await in every shuffle. Got duplicates? No problem. Join our vibrant swap market. Here, you can trade with fellow collectors. Offer the cards you have in abundance and chase down those elusive sailors to complete your dream collection. Whether you're a seasoned collector or new to the world of digital Panini albums, this app offers an ocean of possibilities. And as a special treat, scan the displayed QR code now. It contains free card packs to kickstart your collection. But don't worry if you missed it. The code will be back during our live show. Ready to set sail on your collecting voyage? Download the SSL Panini app now and let your sailor's journey begin.
Okay, we've gotten some news from Onto the Water. It seems as though the orange flag will be dropping very soon. So we should be getting racing underway here at any moment. As you see here, the 4 teams that will be racing today, and we've decided to show you the faces of the guys and girls that will be sailing on today. So let's take a look at here, and perhaps these are friends or family, or perhaps your idols that you're looking at right now and in front of you. And once we've gone and seen everybody who's going racing this afternoon, we're going to go show you just one more little clip about the new game that we have, a mobile telephone game that you can download and get an app for, and we'll be right back and getting ready to go back out on the water. So take a look here at this mobile telephone game clip. Welcome to the SSL Gold Cup sailing game. The SSL Gold Cup is now at your fingertips and waiting for you. Come and sail around the beautiful island of Gran Canaria. Sail against 217 countries and choose your favorite one. 3 basic tutorials will teach you how to use the boat and become the nation's world champion. 2 maps are available for hours of fun. Scan the QR code or download it from the store and begin your journey to become the SSL Gold Cup World Champion. There you go. You've got a lot of options in order to be able to play video games, play cards, and build Lego boats. So an array of good times to be had other than watching and re-watching the highlights of what's been happening out here. So here are the images from On Water, and as speaking of On Water, let's go and speak with Rachele, who is standing by next to the starting line.
Good morning, Jan, Robert, and Leslie. Very happy to be out here on the water for this very last race. So we've counted. It's been 60. This will be the 65th race that we've sailed in the SSL Gold Cup Final Series here in Gran Canaria. It should have been the 67th, so only 2 missed races, which is an unbelievable record if you think about it in 4 weeks. Very lucky, very good location for sailing, and a very good team in the race committee. So let's come back to the water. The conditions, well, the wind is coming, as you know, from northeast, but it's kind of shifty at the moment. It's still not totally settled. I mean, I think the weather mark is now at 0.50. But we've seen pass from 0.30 and up to 0.65. So, I mean, it's going to be a hard day for the tacticians, but this is what we like. And there are some clouds over Pico de las Nieves, so over the mountains here in Gran Canaria. But I don't know, maybe this wind will keep them away, or will they come on the race course? This I will tell you as the day unfolds. There are some clouds also on the horizon, and there is a little bit of, well, not a little, more than a little bit of swell. That it's probably what's left over from yesterday's big wind and rain and stormy weather. As for the teams, they look very, very focused, concentrated, and ready to go sailing. I mean, they are now checking the starting line, probably decide whether they like the pin end or the committee boat end, and the bowmen are just letting the afterguard know where the starting line is. Normal situation out here, normal day at the office, just a little bit more exciting as it is the very last one. Grand final today, Jan.
Thank you very much, Rachele. Thanks for that information from On the Water, as we are here in the studio eager to get this racing underway. And I'll just take this opportunity right now just to introduce Leslie Egnott, which is standing right next to me. And just so you guys know, she was the first woman ever to be the skipper at the helm of an America's Cup boat in 1995, and it was called Mighty Mary. And you also have a silver medal in Barcelona. So you who have sailed on the America's Cup boats, which are about twice as big as this, how do you compare them?
It's quite different than the America's Cup boat. We had a lot more people sailing them. There were 16 on the crew, and we had big spinnakers and heavy loads on the boats. They're quite different machines.
Right. Okay. So more people, more power, and do you feel that in these boats you sort of have the same challenge in terms of teamwork that you've perhaps had when you were doing the America's Cup?
Oh, definitely a lot of challenge here because we are literally thrown together. And we have a short practice session, then you're on the water racing. So it's quite hard to bring a team together like this so quickly.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a real challenge compared to America's Cup, where you've got months of practice and training beforehand.
Yeah, that's true. You guys were you got here, and then we just sort of put you on the boat. They gave you, how much time did they give you?
45 minutes. So we were thrown in the deep end.
So 45 minutes. Yeah, well, that's sort of some of the teams that were here for several weeks and managed to go through the different rounds. And obviously, you have a better ranking in the world ranking, and so that's why you came in at the later round. But it's not such an advantage to have a better ranking.
True, yeah, it would probably be better for us to have a lower ranking, but having said that, the intensity of the racing, it was great. It pulled the team together. We knew we had to just learn every single race and keep improving, so in some ways it might have been good for us.
Yeah, it's always kind of frustrating. You're always saying to yourself, oh, well, come back next time. Oh, we'll be more prepared. And
there's always a ponies, isn't there? Yeah.
So, yeah, for sure. Very interesting, very interesting. And also, I have next to me Robert. And Robert, you have been to the Olympics several times, as a matter of fact. All right, Robert Scheidt, you've been to the Olympics 7 times.
Yeah.
7 times.
It's been a long time.
That's many years of practicing and being at the highest level in the world. You have 5 Olympic medals, 2 gold, 2 silvers, and 1 bronze. Also, you haven't stopped there. You've been world champion 12 times, 9 times in the laser class, and 3 times in the star class. And I remember you were in the Bahamas when a lot of this started, and now you're getting to see sort of we've changed. We've gone from the star boats to now these big SSL 47 boats, and what a ride it's been, right?
It's been a great ride, Jan, and as you said, this concept started a long time ago, and we had those years in the star, and then kind of decided that moving to the bigger boats was a greater concept, and then coming to fruition now. I mean, today we have the first final of the SSL Gold Cup, 4 great teams. We're a little bit sad that we're not in this race. Yes. We lost just yesterday, so a bit of mixed feelings. But anyway, it'll be great to see what's going to happen today. As you know, now we're coming to 2.5 minutes to the start, so it's a very crucial time where the tacticians already probably made their game plan. It's about positioning their boats now to the final approach and just jockeying for that final strong position on the opponents, you know. So
yeah, so you're making a perfect transition right now, because yes, we are 2 minutes away from the start, and we're just going to take this opportunity right now. This is the drone shot looking upwind, so that's the starting line down at the bottom, and let's see if we can see perhaps some different wind shifts or something. You guys take a look in the background, see if you can see anything. Obviously, all those of you that are at home, remember, we have this vantage point. The skippers do not. They're only 2 meters above the water, or if that. And so it's really interesting to get this shot. Today, it looks like the wind is well established as we are about to take the start here, and we are 1 minute and 40 seconds. Leslie, what's so important about right now, 1 minute 30 seconds?
Right now, they're
start?
going to have to be so careful they don't lose much speed, because in these big wave sea state, it's really hard to get speed on if you slow down too much. So they're going to have to be really careful that they don't get too down speed as they get closer to the start.
Yeah, as we've seen boats having a hard time, some of them in previous races, not being able to get past the starting line. And as we see boats here jostling for position. So what just happened right there, Robert?
Yeah, I think like Italy likes the pin, which is a pretty powerful start in these lightish conditions. So they are set up nicely for a pin and start, whereas the other guys are still fighting with each other. Looks like Spain is well positioned for a good start, and now somebody might get shut out of the start, you know.
Yeah, it looks like the Netherlands right there are a little bit late, as we are 30 seconds away from the start. So they've got to get those boats moving. Oh, no, looks like they're managing to find a little spot, a hole right there, and luffing the other boats as they've managed now.
Hungary are in trouble here.
Yeah, look at that. They're going to have to back away. They're backing the jib in order to be able to bear away. So all boats need speed in order to get a good, clean clean start, but it just looks like right now the Hungarian boat, what a catastrophe right now, is not able to get their bow down and be able to get any speed as we are just seconds away. And there it is. Look at that. So close for the Italians. It looks like the Italians too are stuck at the pin. Oh, the Italians right there having a really hard time getting off the line. So it looks like the two best starts right now is Team Netherlands and Spain right there, making a great start and having some speed, time and distance as well as speed. Well, we knew they wanted to pin, but I mean that was a little close.
That's the tricky thing about starting in the pin. If you pull the trigger just a little bit too early, then you have to go aim slightly below the boat, and then you have to kind of shoot against the wind to make it the pin. So then they lost a little bit of speed, whereas Spain came full speed and now is controlling the race. Netherlands has a decent start, but the best start there from Spain, which is controlling the race and managing the scenario. Hungary really struggled, started at zero speed, and probably has to tack away and hope something's going to happen.
Yeah, so here we are. We're on board with Team Spain here as we've just gotten things started. We've already seen that difficulties in getting off the line. It looks like Team Spain and the Netherlands have done a great job. A real difficult start for the Hungarians, who had no speed, and the Italians, like you just said, Robert, pulled the trigger too early and then had to come back and really point their boat straight into the wind in order to be able to get across that line. So we are 1 minute and 30 seconds into racing, and we already have drama on the starting line.
Here comes Italy now going for attack.
The Italians right there having to put in attack as we saw, perhaps them being a little bit slower and covered.
Well, the interesting now is that Spain cannot tack to cover Italy because they are pinned by the Dutch. So this gives a little bit of an escape avenue for the Italians. They were going to the left, and now they have kind of an open course if they manage to go behind Hungary. I'm very surprised how Hungary is now crossing Italy, considering their bad start.
And
yeah, that's true, absolutely. Right? How many times have we seen the boats go off to the right? Leslie, I remember you. You guys went over the line too early in one of the last races, and you had to come back, and then you went off to the right, and you ended up by, I think you won that race, didn't you?
Yes, but the thing was, we sailed the lifted tack. The port tack was lifted the whole way up that course for us, so we actually achieved what we were wanting to do, but we didn't intend to be over the line at the start, but we actually executed the plan. Yes, just that little hiccup at the beginning.
It just goes to show that if you have a plan and you sort of stick to your plan, you can come back. It's not all over.
And look at Team Hungary right now. They obviously wanted the committee boat in and they wanted the right, and at the moment it's looking pretty good for them.
Yes, this is the scenario today is probably still a very fluky and shifty conditions with pressure coming left and right. So it's all about picking your time to tack and avoiding tacking too much, because tacking too much with these waves, you also lose a lot. So right now, Italy is the boat that tacked most, and it's just trying to have an opening, trying to create an opening. Now they're going to go left and hope that something's going to happen. It gets tricky now because now you need something special just to come back even with the other boats, whereas the other boats are just managing each other.
So speaking of those waves and things like that, waves is something that we really haven't spoken so much about, but there are times where you can tack, right? Sometimes the waves will be bigger, and then sometimes you'll have sort of a lull in the waves, and especially on boats that are less powerful, like the laser clads, for example. As we look here, as the bow's going through, so when is the opportune time to be able to put in attack?
Well, just to start with, I think the smaller the boat, like you mentioned the laser, the more you can tack, because you don't really lose too much. It's light displacement boats. But these boats, they are 3.5 tons, so if you tack in 5 to 6 knots of wind, you're going to lose like probably 2 boat lengths on each tack. So the key there is to build speed before the tack and just initiate the tack in a moment that the sea is smoother. so that you don't lose speed in the middle of the tack when you cross head to wind. So tacking, when you have good pressure on a boat, picking your spot to tack is the key for executing a good tack and lose less meters.
Well, that right there is some very valuable information. I hope all of you are listening very, very carefully, because if you want to become a 12 times world champion, well, you got to know when to tack and keep the speed up. Now, let's go out onto the water as Raquel is following along. Raquel, how's it going out there?
Well, it looks good for Team Hungary. I'm going upwind with them. I'm right beside them. And they seem to have quite a good wind out here on right course. Like it happened for the Kiwi a few races ago. I mean, they had a bad start, but then they ended up probably on the right side of the course at the moment. It was a bold move, that one, of attacking above Team Italy. I'm not sure they did it to start a match racing duel. It was more probably to keep the right for themselves, I think. The swell is pretty much the same. It's not a swell as much as, you know, some big waves coming and going. It's not a northerly ocean swell. It's more like chaotic waves, I would say. And I cannot see all the way down to the left course left, sorry. But maybe Italy and Vasco Vascotto are trying to get a lift by that, what was it called? Coastal lift that Victoria told us about, maybe last week. Let's see. I mean, the first bit is so important because everybody starts pretty much equal, and we'll see by the first tacks and at the mark rounding who got it right.
Yeah, absolutely. So perhaps that is what the Italians are wanting to do. As we've seen all the way in the top left-hand side of your screen right there, we see the Italians have now tacked over and are coming back. So there they are on a port tack, and perhaps trying to get some of that onshore breeze, as we know that the wind is affected by whether it's closer to the land or not. But very interesting right now to be looking at the Italians as they decided to sort of get away and well, go off on their own. Well, that's an interesting decision.
I think that they're actually trying to do something different so that they can catch up all the ground that they lost initially. If they stuck with the other three, they probably would just end up following them to the top. But at least this way, if the breeze does go left, they've got a really good chance of getting back in the game.
Yeah, and look at this. It looks really as though perhaps there is a left-hand shift, as we're seeing here. The boats are on a port tack, really being lifted. Now, is that only on the right-hand side of the race course? Difficult to say as we're standing here.
Yeah, here comes a crucial moment in the race, which is the first cross. I mean, now that Hungary managed to cross the two boats that are closer to them, he's in full control of the race, in the center of the course. So now he can decide to find a nice place and push those two boats closer to the leyline and tack on them on the leyline, which is very powerful, or play the wind a little bit. So now it's up to the tactician to decide if he's going to play the percentage game or if he's going to go with the wind, with the pressure and what he's feeling.
So that's what the tactician's doing, as we're looking right now. As you see there, all the crew is trying to put as much weight as they can outside, and even putting their arms out to extend. And that you're probably wondering, well, why in the world are they doing that? Well, that's just to get even more weight further out, and that will help in righting moment and having the boat straighter, catching more wind. And
I think also the Hungarian boat is setting their boat pretty well. I mean, they're very powered up. If you see, they're fully hiking. Probably they set the sails with a bit more power, which is very important with these lumpy and lightest conditions. So if you have the power, then the boat will ask you to hike more, and then you can really make your crew work and have a lot of steerage for the helmsman, so we can drive through these lumpy seas.
So we're 670 meters away from the windward mark here, as this is the finals. This is the one and only race that we will be racing today. As a matter of fact, this is the very last race that we will be sailing here at the SSL Gold Cup Finals, and whoever wins this will become the winner and will be the nation's world champion. So this is a really big deal, as we are getting 500 and just above 500 meters away from the windward mark, and then we're going to see all the teams putting up their spinnaker. And let's hope not getting any penalties, as we've seen the jury be very, very strict, and we've seen many teams getting penalties. So a very crucial moment that is going to be coming up here in just a couple of 100 meters, as right now Spain is our leader, and we have the Hungarian boat, which is just behind. So Spain, Hungary, Netherlands, and Italy as it stands right now. Here comes attack by Team Netherlands. That's a great shot right there, where we can really see everybody working in the boat. And quite funny, it's true, it doesn't look like they're hiking as hard as some of the other boats that we're seeing. Do you think that's less pressure, or you think...
I think it is. They've got a little bit less pressure at the moment, so they're not having to hike as hard.
The GPS shows that it's pretty close between Spain and Hungary now, so Hungary decided to play it a bit more loose because they crossed Spain on the last time they encountered, and now it looks like it's more or less bow to bow. So nice gain on the Spanish boat, and Hungary must be, thinking about what to do now, because they're converging, and it's a big call now with trying to leave out or going behind. So let's see what the call is going to be. The jury is close to them. It looks like
Spain right there. It's just going so slow. Perhaps Spain is trying to lay the mark and just not being able to do so. And it looks like, there it is. So the Hungarians have decided now to attack and to go a little bit further. So that was the plan for the Spanish team. Look at this, the boat's almost stopped as we're 100 meters away from the windward mark, and look, the Hungarian boat's having a lot of speed, now being able to tack, and now they are on starboard, as the Spanish team has also managed to tack and just underneath them. But it looks like perhaps the Hungarian boat will be able to roll over the Spanish boat here, as we are just meters away from the windward mark.
Yeah, the Hungarian has a bit more speed now, I think.
Spain might not even lay the mark.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. It looks like Spain has backed their jib right now. This is a catastrophe right here for the Spanish boat, as perhaps they will lose a lot of distance. Remember, these boats, if they're not moving forward, they're going to be slipping and sliding sideways, and so they have to have this boat moving forward.
I think they'll make it. They will make the mark, but they're going to be very down speed. And Italy, you see Italy, how much he gained on the left now. So Italy is back in the game.
Yes.
Full on now. It's full speed. It's going to attack and be really close to Spain on this set. A really big gain for Hungary. Spain tried to do the move that we call the slam dunk, which is a boat ducks you and then you row into attack. The problem that Spain attack very down speed.
They were so slow.
Here we go. Let's take a look right here, guys. This is our super important moment right now. The Hungarian boat has to do a great job here at putting up their spinnaker, and it looks as though they are doing a great job and a good takedown right there of the jib. So perfect maneuver now for the Hungarian boat, as they've managed to roll over on top of the Spanish boat. Let's see what's going on with the two boats that are just in the back, as the Italian team also having lots of speed, managing to get to the Spanish boat. So, oh dear, the Spaniards right there just didn't calculate very well getting up to that top mark, and it's cost them the lead. Now here is the Italian team putting up their spinnaker, as
the Italian
having no problems.
The Italians now are in a pretty strong position, close to the tail of the Spanish, and let's see which side they decide to go on Spain and what their tactics will be. But right now they're very close to Spain, so let's see what happens.
Team Holland right now putting up their spinnaker here as it looks like it's touching the water. Oh, and buckets of water in that spinnaker as we see. So perhaps just slowing the boat down just a little bit as they planted and recuperated a bunch of water right there. So not a very good hoist for Team Holland right there. It needs to be absolutely perfect if they want to have a chance at being on the podium right now. But a great job by the Hungarian team. And I have to say, the Hungarian team, every time they sail, they're never going into the super outside and taking huge amounts of risk. They always limit the amount of risk that they take. And there we go. We saw it again. So they were on the inside. They weren't one of the two boats that went all the way to the outside. And look, they're out in front. So very intelligent sailing by the Hungarian boats.
They're also sailing with good speed as well. If you compare them to the other boats, they've been sailing the boat really fast through the swells, and it's probably quite a bit to do with their sail trim.
Yeah, and again, look, we just let's rewind 10 minutes ago. We were just talking about how hard they were hiking, and you, Robert, you were saying the more they hike, the faster they can go. The more the more helm he has, and there we really saw it. So.
Yeah, it's all about creating that energy in the boat so that it's easier for the helmsman to steer the boat with a bit more power, and then creating that heel. It's all about creating some leeward heel. So the boats, they have a target heel angle, which is the best where you can get the best speed and height. So trying to find that angle is a crucial thing. Right now the game is still pretty open. The three teams are still pretty close.
As we see three boats right here in this image.
Looking like it's gone a bit soft for Hungary in the front there. The Tunica isn't feeling so well.
Yeah, the Hungarian boat does look a little bit softer for them, but they're down on the inside, so they have an advantage of being a little bit lower than the two other boats, and perhaps that's why we're seeing or having the impression that they have a little bit less pressure. Perhaps they're just in a much lower mode, so protecting their position right there as they can match anybody who's jibing, or perhaps be the first one to jibe. Oh, and there it is. Yeah. So there's the jibe from the Hungarian team right there, as it looks like no one is currently matching them.
Yeah, I think they're pretty comfortable position. They have clear air. They're not getting into the fight with the other two boats. And it seems like Holland is also back in the game. He managed to soak low, and it's trying to get closer to the other two boats, but it looks definitely lighter down at the course.
Yeah, lighter, and also those waves haven't let up. So the waves are still the same, and it looks like we have a little bit less wind. So, and also it's always, of course you can go really fast, but then you wouldn't be going towards the mark. And sometimes people are wondering, well, why don't they just go up a little bit higher? Just go a little faster. But we know that you need to get down to the mark, and one of the things is positioning. And I think after seeing so many races now, we're sort of seeing the same trend as trying to go low and being able to play the tactical game is so important.
Yes. Downwind, the key position there is the trimmer, the kite trimmer, and the helmsman. So they're constantly talking to each other. When the trimmer feels that there's pressure in the kite, he asks the helmsman to go a little bit lower. When he feels that the kite is not powered up, he asks the helmsman to go a little bit higher. And sometimes the tactician jumps in and makes a tactical call, overruling what the trimmer and the helmsman are doing, and positioning their boat more on an attacking or defending position regarding the other boats.
Here we are on a jibe right now for Team Spain, as we see them deciding now to be on a port tack and sort of coming back in a little bit more in the middle of the race course. roll jibe right there, calling for a roll jibe, but I think perhaps everybody had already moved to the windward side.
Italians decided to keep going, so they're probably seeing some good pressure going straight in and are pretty close. I see them going almost all the way to the ley line, doing only one jibe, which saving in one maneuver also is quite intelligent in this kind of light wind. So you come in with good speed to the gate and just you carrying that speed inside the upwind is usually pays in this light wind. So there he goes.
They perhaps now have reached the ley line and are putting in that one jibe.
That was a nice image of through that jibe, how they actually surfed on a wave through the jibe. So you're talking before about timing your tack through the waves. Do the same thing on the downwind. You try to ride down with the waves, and Italy just did it beautifully there.
Exactly, and it seems like they have a pretty good pressure because the trimmer managed to ease the spinnaker quite a long way. So the more you can trim the spinnaker out of the boat, the more pressure you generate. So it seems like Italy jibed and has the kite very, very powered up.
All right, very interesting here as all of this inside information about when to put in a jibe, when to put in a tack, and let's see here, there's only 140 meters of distance between all of the teams here. Well, you know, one person who's down on the water, just before we get down to the gates, perhaps we can speak with Rachele. Rachele, is it getting lighter down there?
Yes, it is, and it's getting a little lighter down here. And the committee I have heard from the radio that there has been at the top mark a shift coming from 0.60. So the wind is playing shifts, and you're all saying very well from the studio. I mean, the real trick, the real game changer today will be the tactician playing those shifts. But it's so cool to see these four boats in 100 meters. Everything is still so open. It's amazing. It's brilliant. I can tell you that the clouds that were over the mountains are getting a little bit over the race course. I think the gate it will be kind of in a shady position. Not shady in a slang, but shady meaning that it's covered by the clouds. So they will be affecting, and the people who know more about it are on the Spanish team because they have 4 Canarians on board. 4 Canarians. The captain himself, Luis Doreste, Olympic medalist, he is from Las Palmas de Gran Canaria. So they know this race course well, and they'll know what to do. But I mean, Hungary is pulling out their best game here, and it's so interesting, so exciting. Waves are getting better. The sea state, I think it's flattening a little bit, but still, I mean, you can see these boats surfing, and the best you surf them, the faster you go, of course. Like Robert so brilliantly explained what happens on board between the helmsman and the kite trimmer.
Well, thank you very much, Rachele, for all that on-water insight. And as we are getting down to the gates now, we are only 130 meters down. Remember, this is the crucial moment of this race. This will also mark about the halfway point as we are only 100 meters in, and we see right now that the Hungarian team is getting ready to drop their spinnaker. Now, this is a crucial moment for them to be able to stay in the lead, as we've seen them do great maneuvers all week long. So let's take a look here as the kite comes down quickly but not too fast and goes straight into the boat. Wow, what a great drop right there.
That was a great Kiwi drop.
Oh, that was absolutely just right into the boat.
Pretty impressive the gain that the Dutch did also this downwind. They were like 100 meters behind third.
Now let's take a look at them as they're kind of putting perhaps a late drop, but we'll see what happens as they have 2 people trying to pull it in. Oh, the spinnaker's a little bit into the water right there, but it looks okay.
There we go.
Oh dear! Oh, that was a close one.
Yeah.
Now that spinnaker is a little bit wet, but perhaps causing issues next time they hoist it. Let's take a look right now as the Italians are dropping their spinnaker right there. Looks like a good drop for them. Spinnaker slightly touching the water, but it doesn't look like as though it's picking up any water. But that was a big maneuver right there, a big jibe and luff right there, perhaps losing quite a bit of speed.
It is a much harder maneuver than going straight into the mark. But in this kind of wind, it's easier to do than in windy conditions, and probably Vasco wanted to split from the other two boats. So the chance was there to go to the opposite mark, have the split, which was the side that he gained at the top of the last speed that he sailed. So the game is still pretty open. Hungary has a nice lead. The big loser of this tournament was Spain.
As we see Spain now going, putting in an immediate tack and going off to course left as they round the mark in 4th place. More than a minute behind the Hungarian boat. So the Hungarian boat right now is in the lead, and we have just seen them tack over as they are probably wanting to protect their position and cover and getting not playing any risks. They're not going to go to the right by themselves, but they're just barely in the lead right there. And it looks like the Italians right now, at least on the computer, the Italians look like they're in the lead. So we have a tie between 3 boats right now for the lead.
Well, just looking at this image, it does look like good pressure down where the Italians are right now. And it looks like they've jumped forward on the rest of the group.
Yeah, it does look like we've got a little darker water over towards the Italians over there. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have now gone through halfway through the racing as we've seen all teams go down and around the gates as they are now coming back up for their final last windward beat. This is a very exciting moment as we have 3 teams that are basically within 26, 27 meters of one another. We still don't know who is going to be crowned the world champion here. As we have 3 boats and they're doing nothing but exchanging places. It was Italy at one moment, now it's Hungary again, and now it's the Netherlands, and so very, very tight racing. Unbelievable.
It's incredible how tight the racing is. It just shows how strong each team is at this level.
And there's just nothing in it. There have been no mistakes no big mistakes that have been. I mean, we've seen perhaps some of the drops or hoists have been just a little bit better, but look at that. Even here on board here with Team Holland, who put their spinnaker in the water as they hoisted, managed to have a great downwind run and have now come back, and I believe they're in the lead. Or
Team Holland is very well positioned now, because if the wind goes left, he's still probably ahead of Italy. If the wind goes right, he's still pretty close to Hungary. So he's very well positioned. Hungary delayed their attack a little bit, but now it seems like they have a good pressure. They're all hiking fully. It's all about the next shift. It's all about if it's going to be a left or a right to dictate the next top mark rounding.
Yeah, as we're talking about shifts, it's really interesting to look here at the tails of the boats, and we're seeing sort of a left-hand shift. So Leslie, just like you said, there's more pressure on the left, so it's kind of what we're seeing.
It's tough. It's tough out there for the tacticians. It's really hard. I don't envy them right now.
No, it is so difficult, and all of these boats are just so close to any one of them right now. The only one that's a little bit further behind, but not even really sure, is the Spanish team. But I think we are going to get a cross here now between the Spanish team and the Italians. As we know, there has been rivalry between these 2 teams. They are the sworn enemies. Of course, good-hearted light rivalry.
Italy just crossed Spain by not a lot, maybe just a boat length. Yeah. So he gave up the left. So probably Vasco is changing their minds and seeing some more wind on the right. And it seems like Hungary is fully hiking, has a good pressure, is coming in with a lot of pressure from the right. And now it's up to see if Netherlands will cover Italy or will play the left. And Hungary has now a lot of control on the race.
So this is an interesting moment, as we've seen in the past races. We've seen a lot of the teams satisfied with finishing second and perhaps leaving the Hungarian boat to go off on their own. But this is not any race. This is the finals, and what everybody wants to bring home is the cup and the gold medal. So the ones that have a big target on their back right now is the Hungarian team, which kind of changes the tactics a little bit, as they are going to probably try to catch up and attack the Hungarian.
Very, very interesting move now, because they were clearly ahead of those two boats on the left, but they are protecting the right, so they probably liking the pressure on the right a lot to put that tack on, and now they have a very good margin, so it's a big call here to protect the right.
And Team Netherlands
perhaps it is that whole question of not going to the extremes as we've seen, and perhaps staying more in the middle of the race course. So sort of playing the loose cover right now. The Hungarian boat is playing a loose cover, which means that they're just trying to stay between their opposition and the windward mark. The windward mark now being at 1,000 meters away, and the race course is approximately 2 kilometers long, so we are halfway up.
We have another cross coming up here with Italy.
Dutch and
Italy, what's going on here with the Italians and the Netherlands. The Italians have the right of way, so
looks like they're going to cross ahead, or tacking on them.
Italy decides to attack Team Holland and to tack right on top of them, forcing them to go back to the left-hand side.
Yeah, that's pretty painful for Holland to tack down speed, and get back into the left. It seems like that breeze has been swinging right in the last minute, so Vasco wants to protect the right. And you're right. I think Hungary is playing the wind more than the opposition. Their tactician is doing a good job to just sail the wind, sail free, sail with what he feels like, and it's nailing the calls pretty well. Still half of the beat, but right now they look pretty solid.
Look at that lead they have on Italy, the Hungarian boat. These guys, remember from the stats that we saw at the beginning, this is the youngest, these are the youngest guys out there. And they are the ones with the least amount of world championships and gold medals and etc. And right now, they're sailing their hearts out, as perhaps this boat could become the first ever Nations World Champion. This is the first time the SSL Gold Cup is having their finals, and this is a really big moment for this young team here that has been sailing so well, and as a matter of fact, they've been with us the longest of all of the teams that are sailing out there today. They've been here since several rounds.
They started in the second round. They are matched off, it's what I would say. They've been through a lot. They know the course. They sailed here a lot, and I mean, they have nothing to lose. They go free into this final. They're showing a great job. It's a moment in the race that you have to just take a deep breath, not get excited, get too hard, and overthink things. Just keeping things simple from that here on.
If my calculations are right, this is their 14th race.
Yeah. So they probably have 3 times more racing than the other teams.
And 3 times more having to deal with the pressure and being knocked out and not going through. So really unbelievable job from these young sailors sailing Lake Balaton and putting together a great young team. So it's wonderful to see. And probably a huge disappointment for all of the generations of sailors that are watching us and fell in love with a lot of these older sailors, that we're seeing on Team Italy and as well here. I'm not saying they're old. Don't get me wrong here. It's not what I'm saying, but have more experience, and we've been seeing them more often. And now the younger generation being able to come out, getting out in front. So it's great to see. As we are 540 meters.
So this is interesting that they've just tacked here to leeward.
behind us.
All right, this is a crucial moment right now. 500 meters away from the windward mark. This is 500 meters away for putting up the spinnaker for the last time. And they're still going to have to put in attack, I believe. Or are they right now on the ley line or not? I have the impression the two boats on the top there, the team and the Team Holland.
It's really closed up, hasn't it?
And the Spanish right there are over ley line.
It seems to me that Spain and Holland got a nice pressure on the left in the last few minutes, and it's still pretty close. I mean, there's not going to be, not going to be a lot. It's a long way to the mark still, but it seems that they are hiking. They have good pressure, and then they're getting
good speed, won't they?
Coming with good speed to the mark. So I think it's going to be a nail-biting finish. Still, Jan, nothing is decided yet.
Yes.
Nothing is decided yet right here as we are 280 meters away from the windward mark. Now, the Hungarian team is going to put in attack in order to be able to get to that windward mark. And I'm just checking right now, have there had been any changes in terms of distance to the mark, but I believe there was not. I didn't hear anything.
They're starting to look a lot better now, aren't they? A lot more comfortable in their position.
Yeah, the Hungarians are very close to the ley line, so on the ley line now with these images, easy to see.
There it is. So there has been no change in the course. As you see, they are going to go around the weather mark right here. And as soon as they do that, then they have the dog leg, then they'll be going off to the offset mark. Now this is super important right here that they do not put their bowsprit out and get a penalty. So we'll be looking at that right now as they're getting ready to hoist. It looks like they are in the good pressure and right now are having quite a bit of speed on that boat. So this is a crucial moment right now for the Hungarians as they are putting up their spinnaker for the last time and potentially the last 2,000 meters until they cross the finish line, and perhaps, just perhaps, they might take home the gold cup. Now let's take a look here. So bowsprit has not come out until now. Perfect. So there we go, and it's a hoist. So that looks absolutely clean. No penalties given. A very good drop right there. Very good hoist, very good drop. So perfect maneuvers for the Hungarians as they are leaving their competition behind as all three boats right now
Italy managed to squeeze in because Holland and Spain overstood the ley line. So Italy is in second right now. The other three boats are still pretty close.
It's going to be a really tight finish by the looks.
Oh, this is going to be another one of these crazy finishes where we won't know who will be standing on the second step of the podium. But let's just wait because there's a lot more that has to happen. Here goes the Italians as they hoist their spinnaker for the last time. And it looks like it's a good drop as well for them.
Very good hoist by the Italians.
And now look at the boats that are just behind. So it looks as though now the Netherlands are putting up their... Oh, is there what's happening right there? There's an issue. Oh, perhaps a little bit of a knot in their spinnaker. No. This perhaps is going to not let them be on the podium. Here we go, as these are the youngest sailors that we have out there on the water are just managing to get rid of that problem. Oh, that was so close, Robert. That was so close. What do you do when it's like that? What do you do?
Yeah, the guys in the back were pushing down the kite to take the knot off the kite. They lost a lot of meters there, but finally they have the kite full, and we have to remember that the wind is getting lighter at the bottom of the course. So as far as this race looks pretty in the hands of Hungary, they're going to be sailing into lighter wind at the bottom. So I expect this race to be, finished only when they cross the finish line.
Oh, this is We can already feel, we can already see it coming right now. Now, remember guys, we have had some crazy comebacks as we have perhaps, and I don't wish this upon anybody, but perhaps the wind could just die and change and go to the other side, and we could see a huge comeback from the 3 boats that are coming from the back. Anything really could happen as we see those clouds off in the distance, and we know that when those clouds start coming, well, they're over the land, and that sort of stops the thermic breeze from building, and so we're going into this dying breeze right now.
And Spain is desperate to get into the podium, you know. He was in fourth, so fourth is not a place that you want to finish in this race, you know. You're the first one out of the podium, and you want to put your hands on that medal, you know. So they jibed away, hoping that they can find some extra pressure to get closer and hopefully pass at least one boat.
As they are also sailing in their home waters right now, and we saw this morning that there were a lot of fans that came out to say hello to them and wish them good luck. And we saw a lot of kids also from the local yacht club coming out. Yesterday they were sailing on their Optimus and had a chance to, oh, it's great. So, oh dear. The Spaniards right now, they have to do something. They need to do something to at least get back into the fight and be able to fight for that podium position. But it looks like the Hungarian boat right now, 227 meters out in front. This is looking very, very good for Team Hungary. 1,474 meters left here as we are on board. Leslie, what do you think about right now their body language? What can you tell?
Well, they're still incredibly focused and determined. They're doing whatever they can because they know to never ever give up in sailing, because you've always got a chance until you cross that finish line.
And they know this place very well, you know, Jan. Their tactician has been sailing here a lot. All these guys know this place a lot. So if they're throwing a jibe, it's because they're thinking something nice can happen there. And then you don't want to just follow the boats and finish 4 in a kind of race. You want to keep some leverage so you can profit from that leverage.
Looking very soft there now, isn't it?
It is. Definitely softer at the bottom of the course. Third boat went to a jibe,
Holland jibing.
And Hungary follows suit.
It looks like they just put in a jibe right there, but they don't have so much pressure. It's looking hard for Team Holland to be able to get the boat moving again. So now here is the Hungarian boat trying to protect their position. Oh, you can feel the pressure on the boat right there from the number 1. You can see it right there. Oh, it's so tough. They're out in the lead. They're out in the lead right now, and they're just seeing the others coming back so slowly. Michele, are you seeing anything out on the water? Tell us what's going on, or are they just getting to less and less wind? Is this going to be harder and harder to watch, or what's going on out there?
Yes, it is super hard to watch, Jan. We have no more than 5-6 knots down here. But if I look back up towards the top mark, maybe some fresh breezes coming down. I see kind of a darker area up there. I've seen, the Spanish you saw, they just jibed. They're coming back into the middle of the course. So maybe they were not that happy of what they found out there, or maybe they were already too far out. And we're going down with the Hungarian, and they're sailing in their very light wind mode. So people on the bow trying to lift up that heavy stern of the boat, and the Italians playing again the course left all the way down to ley line. So it's so cool. We wanted this for the final race. I think 4 amazing teams playing it very evenly, very openly. It's tight out here, and clouds are coming, but I mean we're almost down at the finishing line of this SSL Gold Cup Grand Final, and Yeah, maybe some fresh wind is coming, Jan. Maybe some fresh wind, and maybe from the right, Jan, possibly.
Okay, thank you very much, Kelly. And if that is the case, well then, Robert, you called it. If they were going out to the right, Team Spain right there, there's a reason why they're doing that. And if there is wind that is coming from the top of the race course, then perhaps this will give an opportunity for all the boats to be able to catch up to the Hungarians. So take a look at the top left-hand side of your screen as you see the distances between the boats. Now let's look at the Italians as we see that distance right there, perhaps diminishing right there from to the Hungarians, 230 meters, 229, slowly but surely. Looks like the Italians are in some pressure and are managing to be able to come back, or perhaps that's just a Hungarian boat that doesn't have any wind.
Very difficult sailing against the waves. You see that the kite is popping, it's losing pressure on the Hungarian team every time they hit the wave. And the Italian, they stick to the same tactics they did in the first downwind. They went far down and did a one jibe. And it looks like they're coming with good pressure, but we'll see down at the course what's going to happen.
Yes, we are 680 meters from the finishing line, from finding out who will be crowned the nation's world champion. This is super exciting as the wind is perhaps dying just a little bit the further we go down the course, and this is giving an opportunity for the boats in the back to be able to come back as we see the Italians now only dropping down to 200 meters. So they're getting closer and closer. Granted, it still is 200 meters.
But still, the Italians have got good speed on, whereas Team Hungary is going really slow at the moment, and their spinnaker is struggling to fill. So who knows what will happen?
Who knows what will happen, as perhaps just as Raquel was saying, there is wind coming from the top of the race course here, as we're seeing Team Hungary putting in a jibe only 500 meters away. Oh, perhaps this is the team that will be lifting the Gold Cup here at the end of the day in just a couple of minutes, as we are less than 500 meters away from the finishing line, and we're seeing two boats coming back together. So right now the Italians have done everything they could to be able to make it back and to try to stay onto the podium. Right now it looks like there's a battle for third place for the Netherlands and Team Spain. Look at that, only 20 meters difference between those two. So oh, who is going to be on the third spot of the podium? It looks like the Hungarian boat is most likely going to be able to be and win the SSL Gold Cup Final Series, being the world champion. But who will be second and who will be third and who will be fourth? Because actually all these boats are just so close. Look, the Italians 207 meters and Team Spain only 60 meters behind them. All it takes is just one bad jibe, one little mistake, and we could have a complete turnaround.
Exactly. These boats create a lot of apparent wind, so whenever you get a little bit more pressure, you can sail down, and then you can do a much better VMG to the finish. Now Hungary decided to do the consolidation move, which was to cross in front of Italy and then position themselves between the opposition and the finishing line. So it's just a one maneuver and in the finish, and it looks very good for Hungary at the moment.
Yes.
Here it is, the last jibe for the Hungarian team, as it looks like they are only less than 200 meters away, managing to protect their position in order to go through the finishing line first. 150 meters. And looks like the Italians now are placing themselves in order to be able to finish in second place. But it's still very, very close between Team Holland and Team Spain, as we are on board with the Hungarians. They just can't sit still. They know what's happening. They're only less than 100 meters away, and we are about to find out who is going to win right now the SSL Gold Cup. And look, there it is. It looks as though just a couple more meters.
That's it.
And here we are. We have the winners. The Hungarian are the SSL first ever SSL Gold Cup winners.
Well done, guys. Awesome effort.
They sailed so well all the race. They managed to hold the pressure, you know, with these light wind conditions at the bottom, and very smart tactically, you know, very cool on the pressure. Hats off to them.
This team has been here for so long. They came in the 16th of the finals, and round after round after round, they've managed to stay. As here we are seeing in the second place, the Italians are crossing the finishing line, and they are second. So that's a silver medal right there for the Italians. And it looks like Team Holland is going to be in third place with the bronze medal. Oh, look at that. So they've brought champagne bottles out to them. What great. There it is.
These guys are going to be celebrating for a week now. They deserve it.
So Holland has just crossed the finish line.
Oh, Holland just coming in right now. So Holland finishing third right there. Oh, it was rain showers for these guys yesterday. Today, it is champagne showers for Team Hungary. They can be so proud of themselves as Italy finishes second, Netherlands third, and Spain finishes fourth.
Great to see them so happy, eh? Very well deserved.
It's so good. It's
amazing.
So great to see that.
Their country must be so happy now. A lot of people watching this race live, and these guys are going to be heroes when they go back home and inspire a whole new generation of sailors coming up. Amazing moment for Hungarian sailing.
This is so good. It's so good. And guys, all you young sailors out there, remember the way this is set up is we've taken people out of the ranking system, and you can make it. You just keep practicing on sailing on your opties and on your lasers and your 420s and your 29ers, and you just stay out there and you keep sailing, because one day you'll be able to be here.
Italy did a pretty good race as well, considering their start. They were at some stages of the race in fourth place. They managed to squeeze in, get a good solid second. Hats off to them as well. Netherlands also sometimes struggling, finished with the bronze. And Spain, you know, they had all the crowd behind them. Yeah, tough day for them at the office. You know, they had their chances, but yeah, it was a difficult day for them.
It's a tough day, but tough day for Spain as they're in fourth. But so here we go. This is after 49 minutes of racing. The Hungarian team finishes in first place. Second place is Italy, and Netherlands is in third. So congratulations to them. This is so good. This is exactly what sailing needed. This is how we are going to get sailing to become popular and make it the great sport it is, and keep it so popular. And for all you young generations, just keep on sailing out there, because you will make it. This is so good. This is just so good for the sport.
It is indeed.
I am literally speechless. It's so great.
Been a great month here, Jan. As you know, it's been a long one. All the effort that SSL and all the volunteers, everybody worked so hard. They did 65 races, no? So yeah, that's an amazing number. Races. The jury worked hard, the race committee worked hard, and we had a great final today, crowning. You know, these guys. These guys are on the top of the world now.
And look, Robert, look who we have right here, standing on board the Hungarian team. She's made it. It was easier to get on the boat today, wasn't it, Raquel?
It was much easier, and I found such a happy team here. Zsombor, what do you feel right now? You made it.
Fuck, yeah, oh, sorry.
Yes. Yes, we made it. We made it. We deserve it. The whole team. Look at these guys. It's maybe we are not individual the best sailors in this whole competition, but as a team we are the best, and I'm super proud of it.
You've proven it. You've proven it throughout 3 rounds. You've been here for 3 rounds. You fought your way up here.
Yes, but actually we were the most confident team, I think, in the morning, because I believe in somehow the numbers, and if you believe that you can win and you can make everybody believe that we can win, then that's it. And it sounds simple, but it's in the team.
So what do you think worked out well today on the race course? Because you just said it, you were confident this morning that it's a first start, it's a good start for the day. But then what happened? What did you see?
As you could see, we had a brilliant start, just as we planned. Not. Not. But then with the trimmers and everybody worked well that we get on speed. And I saw the line where we have to cross, and it was just perfect. So, yes, as I said 2 weeks before, that when we can see the gust on the water, this is our advantage, and we used it.
Yes, we said many times that you guys are from Hungary, no sea there, so you're good at spotting the lines on the sea, on the Balaton Lake. It's big as a sea, but it's very shifty, just as a lake. Was today one of those days?
Yes, and maybe from this moment I could recommend all the teams to come and train with us in Balaton, and that would be fun.
Absolutely, you made just a very good advertising for Hungary sailing. So what happens next? Well, we'll go down, we continue celebrating.
Definitely, it's going to be a hard night. We cannot survive it, I know that. But let me speak some Hungarian.
Yes.
Srácok, nagyon szépen köszönjük a drukkolást, érezte az egész csapat végig a 3 héten keresztül, és mi vagyunk a legbüszkébbek, hogy boldoggá tudtunk tenni titeket, és bebizonyítottuk, hogy mi vagyunk a legjobbak!
It's just so exciting to be here. Yeah, they're such a great team.
We enjoy it.
Yes.
You're right back there. Magyarok, we're going to say Magyarok.
Magyarok.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Magyarok!
Well, I couldn't be luckier to be here in this moment.
Absolutely wonderful. It's bringing tears to everybody's eyes back here as well in the studio. Oh, we're just so happy for these guys here. Just just so nice. Just what a month of racing. It has been 65 races. Oh, so many people have been here, and it all started out with 56 nations. 40 of them came out here, and it's dwindled down to the last 4 nations to be able to sail here in the finals. And now we have the final. The winners, the world champions, are right there. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the world champions. They are going to be coming back home and lifting up the cup, getting all of their medals here very, very soon. You could just feel the emotion on that boat as this is, you see how professional they are right there. Now they are doing their job of putting the boat back together, as now they're going to have to come back into the dock, and we are on board now with the second place team right here, the Italians. So they could be happy as well, as they'll be going home with a silver medal. So it's always great to be on the podium. Obviously, they would like to have a first place medal, but they were just a little bit too far. And here, as we are on board with Team Holland, which sailed well as well, being able to just manage to come back at the last moment in order to be able to have that bronze medal. And I suppose now we're going to take a look at a very, very disappointed Spain team. There it is. Yeah, it's really difficult for them right there. As you could just see the body the body language for Team Spain, but I think we have to really thank them, and we have to thank all the organization here in Las Palmas that have made it so nice for all of us, and we had a great venue, and it was just unbelievable sailing. So. And then we also have to thank you guys, because, of course, without you, these teams would have not been here, and the whole challenge would have been completely different. And so it's great.
Oh, well, look, on behalf of Team New Zealand, I'd like to thank the organisers of the event and all the sponsors and everyone involved with putting this event together, because it has been amazing. It's such a great thing to be a part of. So thank you very much.
Well, I'm sure they all heard you right now, so it was great. Robert?
On behalf of Team Brazil, yes, an amazing experience, an amazing event. And as you mentioned, it's important to say that Hungary is the new nations world champion, which is a new title in sailing. No, it didn't exist before, so it's something unique now that it has been created. It's recognized by World Sailing. So these guys now are world champions in sailing.
Yep, they're world champions.
So this is very important. Congratulations to all 4 teams that were out there. It's a do or die. You either win the last race or you don't. But I'm sure that the guys on the podium will be very, very proud of themselves. And also Spain showed a great team that they are doing this week.
So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. We really hope that you enjoyed it, enjoyed the show that we put on for you here for the last month. On my behalf, I would like to thank everybody who's back home for watching us, following us, and keeping sailing alive. If you weren't watching us, we couldn't be doing this. And so what a great month. I want to thank you two also for coming in. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Jan. You did great. You did great.
Well, thanks very much. And guys, as we leave you now, we are going to leave you on the highlights, and we'll see you very soon, because the SSL Gold Cup will be continuing, and just make sure you go onto our website, and we'll have more information for you, as well as following us on social media. And don't forget that, of course, we have all sorts of goodies for you: video games, Panini cards, Legos. So the Gold Cup's not going anywhere. Sailing is here to stay for years to come. And thank you very much for watching as we leave you. Bye-bye, and see you soon.
I'm gonna chase it, and I'm gonna chase it. I know we can't ignore it, no matter how hard we try. And I'm gonna chase it, and I'm gonna chase it. I know we can't ignore it, no matter how hard we try. Fire in the veins, I fight to gain, breaking all the rules to keep me sane.
go for main engine start. We have main engine start. 4, 3, 2, 1.